Okay, here's some notable arcade anniversaries happening this year, and I got all these from a
Ooh.
site called Arcade Heroes, which is a fun site. It's run by a guy who owns, he runs an arcade somewhere. Sam, this is where I find out when like a new interesting pinball machine is being revealed. I always
Mhm.
find out with this site, Arcade Heroes. Anyway, couple games turning 50 this year. Arcade games turning 50. And yes, everyone's going to
Ooh.
start feeling old. 50 years ago, so 1976 was Breakout,
Good
Yeah.
game.
which I only ever
Apple related.
I only ever played on my Atari 2600. I don't think I've ever played Breakout in the arcade. Do you have
Yeah.
any
It's cool.
with that?
It has so it's black. It's a black and white monitor,
Yep.
right? So it's before color, but they put it because it's like Breakout has like yellow, red, and blue bricks. They put a cellophane tint on the screen in plastic, so it colors those brick layers, and they score differently. So it's just really clever.
That's cool.
to
That's
do
very
that.
76 is interesting because that's very, very early. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, famously, like Space Invaders is 77, right? And that was kind of the start of like
78.
Yeah. Oh, really? I always say
The
77.
Atari
Yeah.
VCS was 77.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, it's before there's even a major home console. The Magnavox Odyssey was early 70s. So, but this is before Atari had a major home console. So yeah, Breakout, and then another one from this year was the first game to cause a controversy over video game violence.
Oh, Death Race.
Death Race. Yeah.
Yeah, I just played Death Race at the Musée Mécanique 2 weeks ago, which is really funny. It's still there, still kicking there.
Yeah.
That's a little steering wheel setup, right?
Yeah, and you drive over gremlins, but they look very humanoid. And of course, yeah, this is what the controversy is over. It looks too
This
much.
game's basically the same as there's some game that Sprint, I think.
Super Sprint.
There's some
right?
game that they just kind of modified to do this. It's in the same cabin and everything. Stunt Racer. or
I didn't-
something.
I didn't
It's called Stunt
realize-
something.
The gremlins were Christian.
Yeah, when you run over the gremlins, a crucifix is left in their place. Yeah.
This is all related to like the trucker craze and Death Race and stuff like that, right? It's like all about like this was like a joke at the time, like points for killing people
Yeah, well,
in
so it's-
driving. Like that was like a
From-
pop culture thing.
It's from Exidy, which is a company we'll hear about again a little later. And they totally leaned into the controversy. They leaned into the idea that they could
Mhm.
get interest in their game because of the controversy.
Yeah.
Did.
Smart.
Mhm.
That playbook is still being executed to this day.
It wasn't new in
Mhm.
1976 and not going anywhere. Okay, 40 years old. So 1986. And man, what a year. I haven't even collected all of them here. I just sort of like cherry picked them. But what's interesting is that Arkanoid is this year. So Breakout and Arkanoid were 10 years apart.
Cool.
And I think Arkanoid is, probably a little bit more thought of more a little bit more fondly than Breakout because it added lots of bells and whistles.
Yeah.
There's a whole story.
The arcade version ramps up real fast though. There's some pretty tough stuff that happens. So it's not as fun as like the home versions of these games were like Alleyway or whatever. Just have a lot more replayability and a lot more fun.
Speaking of home versions of the games, Bobble hit
Mhm.
arcades in 86.
Yeah, it's gonna bring up Bobble. Yeah, that's such a good 86 game.
And then another one from Exidy, same company behind Death Race, was Chiller. Chiller was 1986.
Man, they're
Yeah,
all
man,
in
I
on
mean, yeah.
controversy.
That's funny.
Yeah, so
I mean,
so
they
Chiller was a
can't say these-
platform.
Again, they can't say these are gremlins. Chiller.
Are we gonna show it? We're gonna show Chiller.
I hope Jober can show Chiller.
It's pretty
Are
scandalous.
we
So
going to
this
get
was-
flagged?
Exidy made a platform of like gun-based light gun games. This is a light gun game in the arcade, and they made one called Crossbow, which is fine conversion you could do, and then one
Good shooting.
called Turkey Shoot. But yeah, you have to like kind of figure. This is almost like a what would you call it? Like a puzzle where you search for like a thing in it. Like you have to look around and find things and then kind of link them together by shooting limbs off and stuff. It's really cool and creative how this works, but
I mean,
obviously deeply coded in the slasher film era of horror movies.
someone who always loved horror and Friday the 13th, like I was fascinated with this game and I had to seek it out. There's an unlicensed NES port and I was
Mhm.
able to rent it from like this
Light
mom and
gray.
pop. Yeah, this mom and pop video
Mhm.
store that I had never been to before. They
That's
had
awesome.
it. So I rented it.
Yeah.
And it was pretty boring, but,
They made this game.
Yeah.
The on this platform, the Turkey Shoot game has a little below the screen, below the monitor, behind the glass. There's a bunch of feathers, and then it has like a little air pump, and it goes poof when you shoot the turkeys,
That's
and like
cool.
feathers fall in front of you while you're playing the game.
That's amazing.
Smart stuff.
Nice. Okay, also 1986 was Darius, the first Darius
Hell
with the
yeah.
triple monitors, the
Yeah.
X, the ultra wide screen. 'Cause it's
So that was one of the ultra wide ones, was
yeah,
it?
Yeah,
Like that and
Ninja Warriors. Yeah,
Ninja Warriors.
I love, right from the beginning they were doing that. I love how arcade operators would have to come up with different ways to get attention on their game, right? Because it's in a crowded arcade.
And Darius had a bunch of sequels, right?
Oh yeah,
Darius Twin.
G Darius.
I mean, there's always a Darius game when I walk into like a Japan game center. I was like, I gotta play on the 3 screens.
G Darius was on PlayStation 1 game. It's still one of my
so
favorite shooters of all time.
This is great.
Yep. And then Ikari Warriors
Hell
was this
yeah.
year. Also had like its own interesting control style where you could, the rotary joysticks, so you can aim
Love
in
it.
different directions.
Yeah, little barrel.
And I had the NES port, which I loved and loved as a kid, but I've since learned as an adult, mostly through Jeremy Parrish, that it's just a horrible game.
Yeah.
Really corny, right? There's 3 of them.
corny,
They
it's
don't
just
really
not what
evolve
bothers me.
much.
It's just a very, very frustrating slog. Outrun was 1986.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's
Very,
great.
very iconic Sega game. First, there's the soundtrack. First of all,
Beautiful.
Yep, still
Gorgeous game.
very playable, still very approachable to this day.
that time,
It's a little bit, maybe Forza Horizon owes a lot to Outrun, I would say.
oh yeah,
I think
can
it's
see
the
that.
vibe it's going for, especially.
I mean, with the slogan, or it's a driving game, not a racing
Yeah.
game, right? Is the
I would draw a
fairest
line
thing.
from yeah, totally. Arcade racing. I would draw a line from this aesthetic and the cabinet and everything to Sonic. Like it has this kind of like bright, crazy
Yeah.
turn of the 90s vibe
Yeah,
to
color palette.
Blue
for
skies,
sure,
man.
it. Mhm.
Idyllic.
Blue
And also
skies.
amazing.
Yes.
Not a 3D game.
Yeah,
but they're
and,
using-
and you're
they're using
driving
this-
with
they're
a
this
lady
super
in your
scaling.
car.
Yep.
It's so funny.
The dream of
Till you
every
crash.
And then you crash it.
every 11-year-old.
Neither of you flies out of the car. She just kind of she gets mad at you if you crash. So it's Outrun, and then also 1996 Rampage. Was that year?
Man,
Mhm.
Cool.
Amazing multiplayer
Yeah.
game.
Really advanced feeling when that hit the arcades because it just looked amazing. Also,
Turn the tables, let you be the giant monster. You're the kaiju. You can pick up people and eat them.
just climb their skyscraper and pull them out of their apartment and eat them.
Yeah.
Love it.
The people eating them helped, didn't it?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Unless you ate one that had like a flamethrower.
so from Gauntlet onwards, they were making quarter munchers that became the kind of brawler things where you could both put in quarters, so you earn twice as much. You're playing at the same time, and then you have some kind of like shared goal that's a little bit competitive. Like that became the way that people played arcade games. And then Street Fighter, of course, was 5 years later. But this was really the start of that. They're like, people don't want to play Pac-Man anymore. How do we get people to just shove a bunch of quarters in these games? And this was a smart idea.
Like 2 people play at once will make twice as much money.
Yep. Midway.
This also had an NES port. Couple more.
Yeah.
1986 Salamander was this year, which we would know as Life Force
Cool.
US.
Konami.
You've only ever played it on the NES.
Well,
Me too.
I have the recent greatest
Yeah,
collection.
it just came out like a few months ago.
yeah,
right?
last year. So I played it on there. And then finally, not a game itself, but the Play Choice 10 system
Oh,
was out in
the
1986.
coolest thing in the
Interesting.
world.
Cool.
Yeah. Which is just
Yeah, and that would have been total marketing for the NES.
yeah. I mean, that's where I played like Goonies 2, and like
Mhm.
maybe
Goonies 1.
Popeye would have had its own dedicated cabinet, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Did the Play Choice 10
If
have
you
Super Mario
hold
3?
on for a second, I can show you something fun from the Play Choice that I have behind me here.
I don't think
Probably because I did play it in an arcade first.
Mario 3?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How often did it get cycled the games in and out on it?
Yeah, whenever they're off in the bar.
There's got to be a Jeremy Parrish video about it.
Oh, here we go. I think I saw.
Dude,
All right, putting in my headphones. 1 second.
Okay,
some buried treasure.
Sam is for our listeners.
So-
Sam has something to show the class.
Yeah, I have a show and tell. I know Damon has one too. But yeah, behind me, I have a Play Choice machine. So the Play Choice is shipped with a little box. And in the box, they had a little marquee for each
As
game.
Mario Brothers 3.
So my lower row is attached to the game, so you're not going to see that row. But I have these for all the games. I collect these too. So there's the Goonies, and you can see they say new, right?
Yeah, new
for
game.
each one. So they're really. And by the way, Mario's Open Golf. That is not the name of that game on NES. Goonies didn't come out for NES. Then the Mega Man 3 is pretty rare, and I have that signed by KJ Inafune.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
See the signature.
Hold up. They put Yo Noid. They put Yo Noid on a Play Choice 10?
Yeah, they certainly did.
Hey, Sam is holding up a Noid figure.
The Noid.
Yeah.
Then,
Arkanoid.
so anyway,
The one you were
sorry.
supposed to avoid.
I have a second play choice that's at Free Gold Watch in the Hey Ashbury, and so I swap out the games in that one a lot. And if anybody's in town, they should check that out because the versions of those games are slightly different. So if you play Punch Out, and that actually has like a battery high score that saves your scores. That didn't come that way on the NES.
That rocks.
So anyway, it's interesting. Sorry for the diversion, but yeah, that's right there.
Not at all. So obviously the mid 80s, incredible time in arcades. But when you get into the mid 90s, 96, 30 years ago, things are a little quieter. But we did get X-Men versus Street Fighter that year. We
Good
got
stuff.
Dungeons
Cool.
and Dragons, Shadows over Mystara, which I wouldn't
Great
have guessed is that late. That actually feels a little bit late.
Great beat 'em up.
Yep.
And Battle Garega.
Man,
96.
Battle Greg. Man, if someone wanted to argue that that's the greatest shmup of all time,
Yeah, I
I,
wouldn't
don't think
argue
I would
with
argue back.
I wouldn't
I think
argue
I'd say, yeah. I mean, I might. I'd have to think about it. It might be number one.
It's really good.
Yeah.
You know the name of the developer? It's such a great Japanese name. It's called 8ing.
No, I wouldn't have clocked that. Yeah.
Cool.
And then finally, this is where, as far as Arcade Heroes went, 25 years ago, 2001, Konami's Bamani series
Mm.
first appeared.
Oh yeah,
Which,
dude.
of course, they had DDR. But is Bamani the one where you tap buttons in time with music? Is that just basically
Is
what
it only buttons?
I think so.
It's like Beat Mania, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also 2001 was Ikaruga.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Basic. My frothing demand for this game increases.
Increases.
Demand for this game increases.
That game's
And
still
that got a
holds up, man.
GameCube port, right? But
Yeah.
it was that an exclusive for GameCube? Maybe
It was back then.
exclusive then, but it's since been ported.
It wasn't on Dreamcast as well.
No,
I don't think
not back,
so.
Not
No.
back
And
then.
I remember it was one of the games that the first time I ever heard the word tate,
Yeah, me too.
because you could do tate mode on it.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, Ikaruga I had on the GameCube. I had never and still have never played it in the arcade. And the GameCube version is one of the first games I can remember doing something clever with. These arcade games are A, they're incredibly hard, and B, they're usually only 30 minutes long, like
Yeah.
if you run them straight through. And so this was the first home arcade game that had a metagame element of when you started the game, you only had one continue.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had to play the
Ah.
game and unlock more continues. And so that
That's
gave it
great.
a little bit more longevity compared to just being able to just, press the start button to continue. And then you're like, well, okay, I guess I just saw the whole game. So it forced you to get good at it, which I appreciated.
Agreed.
Also love the warning.
Yep.
So good.
yeah.